Welcome, fellow humans. Today, I thought I would talk about my reaction to getting fully vaccinated for COVID. Since I'm about to get this year's COVID and flu shot, it seems like a good time to talk about it. My side effects weren't that weird, they weren't that extreme, but they were still different from the side effects of other people I know, so maybe you'll find it entertaining. I didn't have much of a reaction to my first dose of COVID vaccine because I got the Moderna. It was the two-dose regimen that I'm sure you're all familiar with. But the second dose was a different story. I went in to get my second dose in the late afternoon, and then I had a 15-minute observation to make sure I didn't have an allergic reaction, which I didn't, which is great, and they released me, and I was being driven home. It was about 5 minutes around there after they let me go that the reaction kicked in. And the reaction was extraordinarily extreme exhaustion and sleepiness. I just felt like my body was being knocked out. It felt like my immune system was saying, okay, I see what you want me to do here, and I'm willing to do it for you, but I need you to just get out of my way and let me work. Which is an attitude I felt very sympathetic towards, since it's often how I feel when I need to get stuff done, but it was a little weird to have my body doing it to me. But I managed to stay awake until I got home, and then I went to take a nap. And it's worth noting here that I have delayed sleep phase syndrome, so I usually go to sleep very, very late. So I would probably normally have gone to sleep at around 2 a.m., not around 4:30 or 5 p.m. But I was so exhausted, I got that nap. And then I woke up and I was able to have some food, take my night meds, things like that, and go back to sleep. And in total, I think I managed to sleep around 13 or 14 hours within the 24-hour period after getting vaccinated for COVID. I don't normally sleep anywhere near that much. And so, on the one hand, it was really kind of nice because I slept through almost all of the effects of the COVID vaccine. I know many people who felt really terrible and achy. Many people had an elevated temperature. I don't even know if I had an elevated temperature because I was asleep. So I just slept right through all that. It was one of the best sleep aids I have ever had. And then I was fairly okay. So I think I pretty much lucked out when it comes to side effects, but I don't know anyone who just slept that much after getting vaccinated, so I thought that I would share it. And also, as a reminder, it is flu shot and COVID vaccine shot time of the year, so if you haven't gotten vaccinated yet and you're able to, and there's no personal good medical reason why you shouldn't, then go ahead and try to get vaccinated because we need more of that. And I don't want to get sick, and I don't want people I know to get sick, and more vaccinated people means less of that. Anyway, that's my story, and if you liked it, please click like, and if you know someone who might find it entertaining, then by all means share it. If you would like more similar content, then of course subscribe, but most of all, if you have any thoughts or questions, or would like to share your stories, I'm sure some of you have had even more entertaining side effects from the vaccines, then I would love to read your comments. Thank you.